Sometimes when I talk a little too much, my mouth gets dry. I had to get some soda for my throat. But it was very clear that they didn't want me working in their store. There were no black people there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I embraced that because of the disrespect that I received in Milwaukee. It was just like, and I'm gonna just be straight up with you. I told my mother the first day I worked in Milwaukee, I was happy. I was just like, I'm so glad I'm in a new city. This is gonna be nice. I'm gonna settle down somewhere. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna, get back on my feet someday. But I'm just happy that I'm somewhere in a new city, new people. And that eventually, I got my wake up call 2 weeks later because, they were just they did the same bullshit, that I was used to. They were, a lot of shit talking, a lot of roasting. They like I said, they didn't genuinely respect me, because if they did, they would have, looked out for me. I believe it or not, I got lost on my lunch break because I was trying when I told the guy where I parked my car, I wanted to move it and I didn't know where I parked at. I took a picture, but this is so crazy. My phone died. I didn't really charge my phone that night, so it died on me. And I didn't know where I was, and I eventually found my car. It was like 6 o'clock at night. I left around like maybe 10, maybe like 12 or 1. And it was really embarrassing going back after I got lost. But they thought it was a fucking joke that I got lost. And it's just like, if we are all one people, you would not make light of a situation like that. You would be like, let's make sure he can find his way back to finding where he parked at. That's just that's how I look at it. But I just said, if this is how blacks are in Milwaukee, there's no way I'm going to really fit in with this, this crowd. So yes, I did embrace the fact that there were no blacks at this job, because I was just like, the bullshit I dealt with at my home city and the bullshit I dealt with in Milwaukee, I was like, maybe I could just, deal with just hang here and just see how that works out. And what I learned is this is what I've learned. When you are like me, my kind of black person, that sounds like no one doesn't say that. I was trying to be funny, but my kind of, Negro, my type, that is not the conventional kind of person. You're not like hood. You're not, down. You don't play sports. You don't rap. You don't do music. My advice is, don't feel bad that you don't fit in, but don't try to associate with other groups of people. That's something I don't do anymore. And you live and learn. Now, the reason why I say, like I said, the whites at this job, they didn't roast me. They didn't put hands on me. They didn't they didn't call me out of my name. They didn't call me a bitch. They didn't threaten to fight me. But the thing was, they did things that I could not see. It's like they stuck together. They were on code with one another, as in they didn't want me working there in the beginning. So they were going to do what they could do, whatever they could do, to get me fired. That's why when you are like the only black person at a job, you have to be a little cautious, because things like that happen where, your coworkers can, start rumors about you, get you fired, talk behind your back. You got to watch out for that. And it's just my experience. It woke me up because I was in my own little fantasy. And to be honest, I'm going to just be straight up. I had a little fantasy going on where I felt like, because I understand I've been attacked before, been jumped, had guns pulled on me. I've been threatened with violence, when I had this job in a really bad part of the city. I dealt with bad customers. I felt like, and I think the effect of that, it's just, it goes both ways. Some whites that deal with racist whites in their family or their neighborhood, they feel like all whites are bad, so they gravitate towards black people because they feel like they want to be they don't want to be around racist people. I didn't want to be around criminals. I didn't want to be around violent people because every time when I worked this job, I worked at a store, and everybody from everybody from North Philly would come to this store, and they would bring their bullshit here. And it was times where I almost had to fight somebody a lot. Or just the way people would talk to you. Like one time this guy, he wanted me, they had this thing called curbsides, right? When COVID was going on, curbside pickups. He wanted me to bring out his, I had to bring out his stuff, right? And you know, when you do curbsides, they give you the car model on the paper. Both of on the paper, they had two cars of the same model, the same color. And the dude yelled out, he said, "Yo, my man, you better give it to the wrong car." And I just say out of my breath, like, I know which one it is. And the next thing I know, he gets out of his car. Dude was a lot bigger than I thought. He was like 6'13", man. Got out the car. I'm looking up at him, and I still like got my deep voice because I understand. I'm trained in like martial arts, so I'm looking up at him. I'm not like scared, but I am a little cautious. I'm just like, "You need help?" I say like, "You need help?" And he said, "No, I'm good." And then I ain't gonna lie, I went between the cars. And you know, I just stayed away from him. But he brought his big ass to the store. He came inside the store, and he told my manager on me. I'm not gonna lie. When he came in, because he was a lot bigger than I thought, I did go in the back to I went in the back where they break the boxes down just so he could see if he was gone by the time I came out. And I ain't gonna lie, I was just real anxious because it was just like, I gotta deal with these rude ass people every day. And this is a good part of the city, but everybody from North Philly comes here, everybody from West Philly comes here, and they bring that bullshit. And it was just a lot. But this job, because I'm a little off topic now, they the people I worked around, they never wanted me working there because Milwaukee, they are, I guess you could say they're segregated, but they have that right to be. That's my thing. I look at both sides. All the crime that goes on there, all the bullshit that goes on in Milwaukee, I can understand that they want to be separated from other groups of people. Okay, I can accept it and move on. And I can also accept that certain cities, certain states, they don't care what kind of person you are, what political party you support, even though I don't support neither one because they don't do anything. They don't care what religion you are. It's really about if you are one of them or you're not. And I hate to put it like that, but that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. When you try to find housing, they don't care what kind of person you are, what personality you have. It's about if you are one of us or one of them. And that's what I learned from working there. The thing is about these people I work with, they didn't have to really say anything. It's their actions that did the most. Because if you really genuinely wanted me to work there, you would have, first of all, you wouldn't have gave a damn where I came from. Because I thought, I had the belief, I had the notion that we all are Americans. But it shouldn't matter what part of the city I come from, what state I come from, what economic background I come from. If I have two parents in a home, it shouldn't matter. I thought that in this country, we all are united. We all are United States. But if I was genuinely accepted at that job, I would have not had people spread rumors about me, gossip about me, try to get me fired, tell the store manager I'm not doing my job right. And I eventually just quit because it just wasn't my thing. I learned that this is what I learned. To a lot of black people, not all, but I'm a cornball to some black people. but you don't have any friends, no allies. And I'm speaking to black people like myself. If you're watching this video, if you feel like you don't fit in the black community, don't believe for a second that you have allies with other groups of people, because you don't. You have no friends. You have no allies. You have yourself. And I really think that, because no one really gives a damn about anybody. I put it like that. No one really gives a damn about anybody, but all you have is yourself at the end of the day. Just think about it like that.